And we're going live.
Look at that crack. Stanley's crack look good. This Johnson crack look good. Well, look at my crack. No. Look at that crack.
Are we looking at Arz's cat now?
Yes. Sorry, I didn't hear a damn thing you said.
All right.
And cause I was a gazillionaire and I like building so much, I cut that price for free.
The species is dying. The birth rate is plummeting. Women are chopped. But yeah, you know what? Get a fucking cat.
I know even more about grass.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Touch Grass. I'm your host, Theo Snodgrass. Wherever you may be, thank you for making me a part of your day. Comedian and podcaster out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Here with me today is the panel. Say hello, panel.
Hello, panel.
Hey,
Hello.
get a cat.
I actually do. I do have a cat, by the way. I think people took that clip and interpreted it as me being anti-cat. I'm not anti-cat. I'm anti-fucking with the cat when I'm trying to say something important. That was.
Are you talking about the feline or something different here? No, never mind.
That's all right. All right. That's.
Or get a dog. I got dogs for sale.
Yeah, you could just get a whole gaggle of animals like Vagabond has. Speaking of, panel, it's been a long time since you've been here. Remind everybody who you are. Maybe let's start with Vagabond since he's already been talking. What's up, man?
All right. So, greetings. I'm the Runaway Vagabond. I'm your neighborhood degenerate Uncle Tom.
That's no joke.
Yeah. So I stopped saying the word gooning because we're going to get that term back to where its original origins, to being for thugs and stuff. But I run a podcast called I Swear It's Not Hentai, and I swear it's not hentai, literally. And then Ninjas at Night, I'm a co-host.
Excellent.
Your show, by the way.
Quick tangent. Did you see that E40 released a song called Goon Music?
Yes,
recently?
I saw that.
Because he's not updated. He's not updated on the change in terminology. So he didn't know.
I think he performed at SeaWorld in San Diego recently with Too Short.
He did. And that was, oh man, it looked like a Carnival cruise line. It was really bad.
Well, I think not to derail the stream, but SeaWorld in San Diego, I guess business has gone so bad that now what they're doing is they're doing hip hop concerts at SeaWorld to get people to show up.
Oh no.
So
no, it's not gonna go the way they think.
so far they've been pretty good. Okay, San Diego's pretty chill. It's not like other black folks.
It's not like the Houston Rodeo or anything. Yeah.
Right.
God, that was terrible.
Just give them a bag of green stuff and then they'll be chilled out.
It's not really
All
good
right.
at the black people either. It's everybody.
All right.
That
All
helps
right.
everybody.
Well, remember, folks, this show is about how women are bad, not how black people are bad. So let's try to stay on topic. This is pure misogyny. The racism is for other shows. Speaking of racism and misogyny, Strider is here with us today. Strider, how long has it been since you had your Twitter account suspended? Have you been good?
I have been good, actually. I am being shadow banned now for some reason. I don't know why. I guess the newness of it. I don't know. The newness of it probably. I mean, it's January, so it's not terribly new. But I guess I just tweeted one too many times in succession and replied just because I have downtime at work, and sometimes I see things. I was like, well, okay, and so now I think they've probably. I don't know. I don't know when I would be unshadow banned, but it's certainly there.
Gotcha.
Kind of
All
annoying,
right.
but it's all right. I don't.
Now,
I don't
do you really not know why, or are you pretending you don't know why?
No, I don't. Well, I have an idea. Well, because here's the thing. They'll give you a label. They'll give you a label that says we've limited your based on what was it? Based on our criteria, whatever. And so you click on it, and it gives a whole list of everything. It's like, okay, it's not that. So am I just tweeting too many times in a row? Am I just posting too many times in a row? Am I just replying to too many things? That has to be it. And it's like okay,
All right.
whatever. Because that has happened before. Because sometimes I'll go on a tear, and then it'll be like, oh, we're because they think I'm spam. They don't think I'm real. So maybe the only way I can get around that is to get verified, so that they can know that I'm a real person. Maybe that'll break them out of it. I don't know. We'll see.
When you tweet so much that the thing actually thinks you're a bot, maybe you're tweeting too much.
Maybe again, I have downtime at work, and sometimes I've got nothing to fill the time. So I don't realize it until it's like an hour and a half later. Like, oh shit. That's all right though. I'm learning. This internet thing is still new to me, despite the fact that I've grown up with it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Iron. Also here with us today is Iron Oxide.
Hi, I'm Iron Oxide. I love black people, and I've never had my Twitter account suspended.
I'm not trying hard enough. I'm not trying hard enough. I'm telling you.
Oh man. Well, all right, folks. Well, I have brought you guys here today for a reason. I had to call the banners because of this Drake barking at goth girls incident. I didn't want to bring the show back, but he didn't give me a choice. So
did you see my message on Instagram?
Yes, I did. I'm familiar. So we brought together the faction of the pro barking at goth girls and the anti barking at goth girls. So we're gonna have both sides represented, like it's fucking Pierce Morgan uncensored. We're gonna have both sides represented, even though not both sides are reasonable.
Yeah,
so we're just gonna.
But on Instagram, I sent Theo like of the bat signal, and I was like,
to the Simp Mobile.
I was like, Theo, you need to talk about this in Touch Grass.
I know. I had a feeling I was gonna have to, and this is, by the way, because you've done a show about it. I did a show where I talked about it. Now this is the second show where I've talked about it, and I'm tying this to the larger simp epidemic in this country that has given prostitutes entirely too much power. I think internet prostitute is like the third most powerful job in America right now. It's like president, prime minister of Israel, internet prostitute. It's like the three most powerful American jobs right now.
I hate how much of a not joke that is. I hate how real that. I mean, no, I'm not even being facetious. That is 100% accurate. I hate that.
Yeah, it's tough. So we're gonna get into this, and by the way, some of this is a larger problem with Drake. Part of the problem is it used to be rappers were cool, and now the most popular recording artist in rap is also a giant fucking dork who's just bad at talking to women. That's the thing.
He's on Degrassi. We already knew he was a dork.
I know, but like this is the difference.
He's Canadian. Ugh.
And this is the difference, I think, with a lot of these guys. The difference is like, did you hook up with girls before you were famous, or did you only figure that out after you got famous? And I think Drake is one of these guys that only figured it out after he got famous. So his whole strategy for getting with women is buying them shit. I've got a lot to get into today. Done a very somewhat deep dive. My cat is here with me today. What's up, buddy? So we're just going to get right into it. And then because I know Vagabond's going to have some things to say. Okay, so we're going to go. This is just a clip. So to be clear, for context to set this up, this is a clip from, he did like a fake dating show. So this is undoubtedly all scripted, to be fair. So this isn't
his
like.
Skin tone is no different than his beige overcoat. He could not look any whiter in this photo. Jeez.
Yeah, so they're doing like, this is just like and this is to promote, as you can see, this is to promote Stake, which is an online gambling platform. So
that's just sad.
Right. So this is like, so you have streamer prostitute, you have empty brain dead slot music, you have dating show, you have internet gambling. Right. So basically, this is a combination. This is a slow drip combination of all the slop and dog shit in modern culture, kind of condensed into a neat little blender for your consumption. Right.
5 years ago, that would have been a Norm Macdonald joke.
I'm going to choose to take that as a compliment. But this is just fucking. This is disgusting and wrong on numerous levels. But that you know what? I'm sorry. I don't want to paint with a broad brush. I don't want to bias you guys against the clip before I've even played it. So why don't I go ahead and play the clip and see how it goes? Let's make sure the volume is up.
Do it. I would.
Okay. You're saying this, and now I'm gonna like test it.
Okay. What do we? Just give me like one.
Would you bark for me?
I hate that shit. Stop it. Sorry, I don't want to paint with too broad of a brush.
Rappers, you have no excuse because remember, "Who Let the Dogs Out" was a song, and that featured quite a few barkings that did not sound this gay.
Oh, see, Strider has the same opinion. I don't mind the barking. I would have barked too, but my bark would have been stronger than that.
No, and that's the thing is like, okay, what bothers me about it is he barked with a Canadian accent. You know what I mean? And, no, listen to me. Drake was not this Canadian 10 years ago. He wasn't. Go back and listen to him. He was just like a normal dude. And now he's like, oh, yeah, cruddy fam. Yeah. Like he's like turned the Canadian up to 11.
To get ourselves a maple log, eh?
Yeah, he's just being so much more Canadian than is necessary or appropriate. And he wasn't like this 10 years ago. It's like how Taylor Swift's twang went away over time.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that's happened, except for instead of talking like a normal human, he's now talking like he's using this like weird Toronto accent that like literally no one had. There's like 6 people that have this accent, and it's mostly made up for the internet. It's not real. So I don't know. So
coincidentally, the Toronto accent also sounds like an Indian accent.
Yeah. Gross.
Woo! Do not redeem, sir, eh?
Yeah. Sponsor this half hour. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. Throw them all in a bag and toss them over the fence. Okay. It's their slogan. Do you see the shot gloves they have now?
That's awesome.
Yeah. And people are like, that's disgusting. They're going to abuse their power. That's disgusting.
I think whoever made the shot gloves is watching the Boondocks because they got the Black Power fist.
Yes, dude.
It was also shocking people.
That's
fiction is now real life. It's hilarious now.
Anyway, let's get through this.
Yeah. You know what the rule?
I'm like,
fake fangs, really, honey?
Never mind.
We should continue. Hey, do it.
I hate that. I hate it. This is not the most objectionable Drake clip, though. I actually have another one. This is Drake talking about why he hates the term tricking. Do we know what tricking is? Tricking is where you're like spending a bunch of money on a woman, basically. That's what that is. Okay.
No, that was just being a prostitute.
Didn't he buy her? Yeah, didn't he buy this chick's mom a house or something?
Yes, he did bought this chick a house. That is not the most egregious example of him buying women shit. I actually have. He has a party. He hosts these parties for like women's empowerment where he just invites random bitches to his house and gives them money and luxury cars for nothing. For nothing. He just does it. He's just like this is like a god tier simp. This is like Drake is an OnlyFans simp who's famous.
Because the other thing too. So I think if I'm not mistaken, the show has basically it's like there's 21 girls. There's 21 girls and they all like have this individual table thing, and then he meets up with them here and there. So there was another. I think he bought every girl on the show something. So there was another girl. He bought like a Chanel purse or some shit.
Can we go back to the days of rappers beating women and shooting each other in the face and randomly on streets?
I think somehow the music was better. Yeah,
music was better. It was metal.
I would have barked though. I'm sorry. I would bark. Like
we know.
I'll probably ask
to anybody
spit into my drink and step on me at the same time.
All right.
I thought that this chick was AI because I've only ever seen her in memes.
She's Tone's ex-girlfriend
and she's
too.
like, wearing a McDonald's uniform or a GameStop or a Starbucks. So I thought it was just a meme.
Wait, who's Tone?
Okay, so Tone,
right?
Yeah, Tone. This goth chick is Tone's ex-girlfriend.
Okay,
and he just recently got married too. by
And
the way.
Tectone is what? What is a Tectone?
He's like another Asmongold type, right?
Oh, he's a streamer.
Yeah, he's another streamer.
God damn it.
He's actually pretty based, but
He's been around for a while.
No, and
Yeah.
that's cool. It's just there's all this whole ecosystem of people that are famous, and I don't know who any of them are.
yeah.
So it puts me at like,
Think of like if Asmongold was buffer and then bald.
all right. And so this chick used to go out with that guy, and now she's
Yeah, but the Tectone is based. If you see this Tectone, hi, friend of the channel.
Tectone, friend of the channel. Man, I don't know. I'm troubled by how popular simping for streamers has become. One thing I've noticed is this odd proliferation of goth streamers where none of them have tattoos or piercings, which to me shows a lack of commitment to the lifestyle. I think they're all
Yeah,
they're just
okay, my bad. Well,
That
there
is
is a
Performative.
costume
They're
thing.
not real goths.
Well,
yeah.
That's big.
Like even same thing. I'm about to make a video about this for ever since, like, even in the anime community, right? You got all these fake LARPers that come in. Well, and it's been, and for me, it's happened maybe in 2010. Ever since there was a tournament for Fortnite where a kid won $1 million something, like the first ever Fortnite tournament, and all of a sudden, all these people want to start playing video games now. And
I
then
see.
anime started getting popular. Okay, and then you can see there's big YouTube channels that like anime. So then all of a sudden, you got this influx of people who wanted to watch anime all of a sudden and talk about it. And then the second wave of this was during COVID.
Yeah.
And then when all you had is Netflix, and it was like, oh, we can all watch this stuff. Oh, I'm all of a sudden an anime fan when you never were from the beginning.
Yeah, proliferation of streamers.
Posers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Okay.
happening with VTubers now too, right? So Agara Gura made all this money. There's all you got all these. So now all of a sudden you got all these my friend Esperanto talks about this, where you got these chicks that really want to do OnlyFans, and they become VTubers and try to get guys to
Get an audience. Yeah.
get an audience from the VTuber
It's smart. I hate
and
to say it,
then-
it's smart.
weasel those guys into the OF
Into the
crowd.
OnlyFans.
Yeah. I actually have a lot of respect for VTubers who don't do that, who've been around for a while, like Kirsha. I don't think she's ever I don't think she's going to funnel people into OF. If somewhere down the line I'm completely wrong. I just didn't seem like that kind of person.
Because there was a Project
But-
Melody. I don't know if Theo knows about this story.
No.
You familiar with no, not Chatterbait. It was something other. One was another campsite. So basically, she was a VTuber. You don't see her at all. Her VTuber model can actually get naked and like do a bunch of tricks and stuff. She went on this campsite where she was getting more views than the actual real life chicks, and to the point to where she was taking up all the bandwidth and traffic for the website that the other girl, the real life, the flesh tubers they called, were getting any views. So they were complaining to kick her off the platform.
Yeah. Oh man.
Interesting. So a VTuber got more views than an actual naked woman.
Yes.
Yeah,
What
which
the
is
hell?
interesting, right? I think
Huh.
I think we're moving
kinda love it.
towards I think we're moving towards a model where everything that makes life worth doing, worth living, is going to be a simulated low risk representation. So
You know what? I'm okay with it because get these whores out of here, please.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
the thing.
If a cartoon can outperform an actual whore, let's go.
Well, this actually
okay.
happened a year ago. I think it was, I forget what AI came up with something, but it was like a really high level video rendering. The first really high level video rendering came out, and the CEO of OnlyFans was like, abort, 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 abort. He was like trying to sell the company really quickly because it's like, oh, it's a matter of time before the top pornographic accounts in the world it's some like sweaty nerd with like a sophisticated AI program who's like,
No, okay, Theo, you seen my last Instagram I sent you?
Hold on, let me check.
Okay, you might be able to show it on stream, but I probably not.
It came from Vagabond, probably. Not.
Yeah, so probably safe to not.
Okay, well, okay. So Theo used to talk about these. So China right now is manufacturing these like robots and like pleasure toys.
Yeah.
And
So,
this
yeah.
recent one I sent Theo.
Oh yeah, no,
The
I can't.
skin-
My friend Emerald calls them art pieces.
Yeah, well, the skin on this one I sent Theo looks like if I wasn't paying attention, I would have thought it was the rear end of an actual woman.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like-
I am not going to show this on YouTube, but suffice it to say, this
Place
is
that
very
behind the wall.
realistic.
Yeah, like it's like, man, I wish we had this during the 80s and stuff for prosthetics and horror films.
see, that's what's sad to me. Because if we were a culture with actual creativity, that shit wouldn't have been used for sex dolls. That shit would have been used for like making some gnarly movies.
Well, to
We
be
don't
fair,
like.
part of everything in human creation always ends with, but can you fuck it?
Right.
I mean, there's Rule 34 for a reason, Strider.
That's true. That's true. But like, just think of the damage that people like the Sasukas could do with that stuff. I mean, make it like genuine horror movie where it looks like, well, like this back in like the 70s or 80s with the proliferation of like cannibal movies, which we don't see those anymore. But like, you could do some real damage as a filmmaker who, if you just had some knowledge of camera angles and like a access to buckets and buckets of blood, man, you could make something that looks like legit.
But Theo might like my prediction for China, though. So what if China is not interested in doing actual warfare anymore, and their new warfare is just lowering the population of the next generations, right?
That might
So-
be it.
So
Right.
if you see these robots and these toys, I was sending Theo, no homo, to go view.
Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
But you know that actually makes a lot of sense because you think about it. But China is still like 100% communist. CCP has controlled that whole hellhole for the past half century, probably longer than that. And can you think of a greater goal than if your entire goal is communism, which means state controlling everything? What better way to reduce the tax burden? What better way to reduce the population that you have to provide for by making sure that you don't have that nobody is being replaced, that you have a significantly smaller population? It's short-sighted communist thinking because obviously no nation could ever survive that. But actually, to me, I guess it makes sense.
I'm like, okay, they send all these to the United States. A bunch of dudes in their bedroom buy this stuff, right? And there's like, oh, I don't have to get an actual woman. I just get one of these, and they don't talk back to me and all this other stuff.
Very
I don't have to
convenient.
buy them. And then,
Which, by the way, women, you did this to yourselves.
yeah,
You
but
did this to
then
yourselves. You have no
China
idea
comes
what
in is like, okay, there's less population. I know their population's huge.
Yeah.
They just start buying more property and stuff and slowly take over that way.
Well, the interesting thing about China, like they started TikTok. Obviously, we know that, but they don't. TikTok is not the like the leftist anti-natalist bullshit that it is here. They do not allow that over here. They export it here. So
Right.
literally, like TikTok degeneracy is a communist Chinese export.
Well,
That is an op.
just speaking of Chinese propaganda, I did buy this from China. It's called a money card. It's a digital badge, and hold on, turn it on. It's a digital badge, and you have to upload stuff. You have to download WeChat.
Why can you use
Why?
that anywhere? Is it just can you
Yeah.
use that here?
Yeah. I downloaded WeChat on the Android App Store, and then I got access to the Chinese apps. And so,
Are you on a watch list and we don't know about it?
no.
I don't know. You live really far away from a school.
So,
In case there's any questions who that belongs to.
yeah.
Ironically, Vagabond, you would probably not be able to use that if you step foot in China, because we all know that they are racist as hell. You can only use that here. It's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put my QR code and stuff for cons, and I got a digital badge.
No, that's
scan it,
smart.
show my YouTube channel.
That's smart. Anyway, let's get we're gonna keep rolling. This is another Drake clip, and this is him talking about how he doesn't like the term tricking because he likes spending money on women because it makes them happy. And yeah. Let's go.
So don't be afraid to do something for somebody. You know, I was saying the other night, I hate the term tricking. Because tricking has a negative connotation to it, like you're doing something for somebody for something in exchange.
Expectation.
Yeah, prostitution.
Yeah.
It's just nice to make somebody else feel good. Like,
yes,
you know,
make somebody feel
Jordan.
good.
Jordan is such a bright.
It makes somebody feel good, and then if they also have sex with you.
I like Michael Jordan, and that's the next guy, but he was a bad example. Have you seen the? It was like an event where the guy next to him's like, "All right, if Michael Jordan misses a shot, every kid in this audience is going to get a free pair of Jordans, right, for the shoe, right?" So like all the kids are cheering, and you just look at Michael's face, and he's like, he locks in and doesn't miss a single shot.
But see, that's cool because the kids still get to see an athlete at the peak, the athlete perform and do something awesome. Yeah, they don't get a pair of Jordans, but they still get there. But either way, it would have worked for them.
But the funny thing, the announcer's like, "Come on, man, you could at least miss one on purpose."
Fuck them kids.
So much electric energy, and I just like seeing her feel good. I like seeing all these women feel good. Thank you. Oh shit, I didn't know she was still here.
You can't say her name too loud because now you summoned it.
Scared the shit out of me.
What shit was that?
But yeah, no, I love seeing people feel good, and that might do something for you in life. That's what a family's for, dude. That watch.
Yeah, you can provide for you can provide for a wife and like a gaggle of kids that you can clearly afford and do something.
He's almost 40 years old.
Wife, all you want. And then have kids and do it for them.
Yeah,
but no, all these women.
But he's almost 40 years old. I think he's been engaged 40 times. I saw a report. I don't know if this is true or not, but he made a piece of jewelry out of all of his failed engagement rings.
Oh shit!
And
yeah,
and it's like the problem is he keeps dating prostitutes. Like he keeps dating porn stars.
Don't we all?
Who, Drake did that, or who did that? Drake. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's his problem. That's like all the women he dates are like porn stars or like prostitutes or like OnlyFans models or whatever.
Right.
And it's like, that's why stop doing that. That's why they expect you to buy them things. Also, you approach them and you're like, this is what I'm saying is like, he didn't learn to get pussy before getting famous. So now his strategy for getting pussy is I'm going to fly you somewhere and buy you stuff.
See, he's got it all wrong.
He's been a celebrity since he was like 14. I think that's when,
no, even before that. Before Degrassi, he was on commercials. His dad, his mom is an opera singer, and his dad's like a famous jazz musician in Canada. Like he's been, he's the literal nepo baby.
Wow. Okay.
Yes,
that makes sense.
For yourself.
So started from the bottom, now we're here. Is
that bank
bullshit
account up.
then.
Yes.
Yeah, you didn't start from the bottom. You just started 10 rungs above us.
For somebody else, you might feel a little more than.
Yeah, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this person talk anymore. Let's see.
Has he gone to like a boys' home or something like that and done that? I doubt it.
Well, see, the problem, he hasn't learned his powers yet, right? So he's a light-skinned black dude, and that's all he needs to play off of that.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, this is you guys see this? This is when Drake gifts you a brand new car. Hold on, is this full screen? There we go. Hold on, I'm actually gonna mute this because this is all copyrighted music. Okay. But
Drake, come on, Drake, you could have done better.
There's Tits McGee here, and she got this car from Drake.
Her face doesn't match.
Drake throws a dinner celebrating women, and this is waiting out front.
Oh, gay!
Yeah,
Freddie Mercury wasn't that gay. Good God!
It's bad, dude. It's bad.
Giving them all cars? Are you serious,
bro? There's a gift bag, and let's see.
Why waste so much? Oh, okay, dude, buck the stereotype a little bit.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's not good. Drake gifted this woman $100,000.
Okay, so you know what's also probably happening? So there are black dudes like me out there. Oh, I won't say me, but what they'll do is they'll get their chick to go on one of these excursions over here, and like get all these gifts. Then come after the fun's done, come back.
No, that's
that's worse.
I mean, yeah, it's not good.
Aren't those black
even
guys
worse.
pimps?
No, like it's just their one girl. They're like, hey, go out here, get this money real quick, and then like come back. And like, well, I'm not saying I do that, but I'm just saying there's black dudes that do that.
Well, didn't someone get in trouble in doing like The Bachelor or something, where she actually had a boyfriend waiting back home and got pretty far, and it turns out like she got kicked off getting some. I mean,
yeah, because they're like, oh man, this is because see the problem with Drake, this is a quick come up for any black person out there, right? So someone's gonna take advantage, like, hey girl, just go out there, play along, get all the free gifts and stuff until the jig is up, and then come back. And so he's opening himself up to Pandora's box that way. All he needs to do, he's a light-skinned black dude. That's all he needs to do.
And he's 6'3", and he can sing, and he's worth $1 billion. He doesn't have to do all this. He can just walk up to a woman and just like point at it. Like right here.
He doesn't even have to text a full sentence. Just to
that.
He can just text a woman a question mark, and he'll get laid that way.
Oh man, that's what he has to do. Just be like, he just has to grunt at it and just like, this is why all these celebrities.
Well, we know he can't grunt. He can just go,
Yeah, that was the weakest bark.
You hear all these reports, right, of celebrities being like disgusting to their makeup artists and hairdressers and so on, and just saying vile things because they don't have to learn game. That shit usually works for them, and it works on every woman they ever meet. So if they see a woman and get horny, they're just like, and they will pull it out. And that works like 90% of the time because they're famous. This is something when Donald Trump said, when you're famous, they just let you grab them by the pussy or whatever. He's being like a little bit hyperbolic. And the media at the time decided they were going to pretend that he meant he was just literally like assaulting women's genitals, when obviously he was being hyperbolic and funny. But that's also true, is when you're a famous guy and you have a lot of like money and status, you can kind of just do whatever you want. And most of the time women are okay with it. And that was just the way of things until like Me Too. We decided we were just going to air a bunch of these people out. But yeah, that's kind of, so like, that's the thing. It's like Drake could just.
Okay, Drake, you need to come on Touch Grass. We'll tell you.
I know. We need a simp intervention for Drake.
Like, okay, like, you know what he could also do? Like, go to some country that's not super Americanized. You know, they don't know that he's Drake or whatever. Go find like some random coffee shop or whatever and use his light skin power. Don't buy the chick anything. Just talk to her and like have a conversation. Get to the second date at least before you even do anything else, and then go from there. And like,
it'll be a humbling experience for sure. Like none of these guys have any idea how to live in the real world because they can just buy anything that they want. Which is, I mean, I get it. If he worked for it, okay, fine. But he hasn't worked for it. Like, like I mean, you said, start from the bottom. Now we're here. It's utter bullshit. Guys never spent a minute in the.
Here's the problem. Everything has consequences, and right now, you could be like, hey, just let him live. You know, he's talented, he's rich, he's allowed to, you know, live the kind of life he wants to live. He wants to have a bunch of women over, buy him shit, and then, you know, see which ones are willing to smash later. That's fine. But eventually everything comes to an end. He's going to get older. All these chicks are going to get older. And once the party's over and they're not getting seeing the same payday, how are they going to sustain the lifestyle that they're accustomed to now? Well, what are they going to do? They're going to start making shit up or exaggerating events. Oh, have you heard about the Drake parties? Oh, I was just a 22-year-old child being groomed with money, gifts, and cars. And then he did X, Y, and Z to be in, you know, all these.
Well, two words.
It's just gonna end up being a disaster for him later on. He's not thinking about the consequences later on. So
Yeah.
It looks like
Like,
he's having a great time.
Imagine,
right now.
imagine the sick stories that are kind of come out about Drake. You know,
Yeah,
like he
it's gonna
made
be
me
like the
stay up
Diddy
all
parties.
night, and we wore pajamas and we painted each other's toes and we watched Disney princess movies and talked about the boys we liked.
Mhm.
Or
Well,
whatever
Brady
sick
shook his
shit you
hair.
All
do.
the woman has to do is cry while telling that story, Theo, and all of a sudden, what a monster! Oh my
Well,
god,
the problem
you're a
Yeah.
survivor.
he thinks money can buy love. That's the other
Yeah.
problem. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, how many times we see
No happy person does this.
This event
Yeah.
is called Strong Women, Stronger Drinks, which
Oh god.
That's a bachelorette party theme. That's not what the hell.
what the fuck, dude?
First
First of all, that's a little bit.
frat party.
Is anybody getting Bill Cosby vibes from that?
Not
It's
necessarily.
like these bitches may be strong, but my drinks are stronger.
And the road is stronger drinks, and the roofies, and the panties on the ankles, and the people asleep while I'm doing stuff to them.
See, and that's another thing. Okay, I'm glad you brought up Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby
Me
was
too.
just partying. He was just having, he was at the peak of his success, having a good time.
Yeah.
Chicks came over to party. Okay. 30, 40 years later, oh no, he was roofing their pudding pops and putting things.
which is it's just so funny because just on its surface, like, oh no, women doing drugs with a famous celebrity in the 60s and 70s. Fuck all the way off. We do not.
We're going to
Nobody
talk
believes
about
that.
my soap career. No, you didn't.
Like,
You went to
no,
fuck
there's-
Bill
he was
Cosby
a
and do
famous
drugs.
guy.
Not
Yeah.
to just defend him, but there were women
I'll
that knew
defend
what's going on, and
Well,
like
sure.
they wanted to go ahead in there because wanted them to take advantage of. That was also part of the party going, and like a lot of them made statements about, oh yeah, we had fun at Cosby's or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same. I mean, Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, he may have raped a couple women, but the vast majority of the women. Well, no, hear me out. Yes, Harvey
know where you're going
Weinstein.
with this.
He did rape a few women. Yes, that is true. It got proven in a court of law, but it's California, so I don't really believe half of it. However, how many other hundreds, maybe thousands, I don't know, women came across literally his couch, and she knew how things went, and she let him do his
they
thing
went
because
there
she
by
knew
choice.
he could. Yes, because she knew that he could make her career. How many people did that? That's the truth that the Me
Jennifer
Too movement
Lawrence.
never. Yes, Jennifer Lawrence, Gwyneth Paltrow, like a bunch of people. That's the truth that the Me Too movement ignored, and they think that we're going to ignore it. Well, time does not prove that the gods of time are not kind to stories like this, because so many more women willfully participated in that behavior than didn't. So I'm sorry, women, you have nobody to blame but yourself for the world that you've created. You participated in this. You didn't have to.
And let's be honest, the quality of films have gone down significantly. since
They
we looked at
have!
Harvey.
That's
That's
not
true.
a lie either.
That's
Like the Weinstein Company made some incredible films back in the day.
Banger after banger, dude.
Okay,
Yeah. The man knew what he was doing.
Real quick then. Theo, pro barking or not pro barking?
No, strongly against barking. What the fuck?
Okay, Iron, pro barking and not pro barking.
Okay, let's see. If my wife asked me to bark and I knew we were getting something out, it was leading somewhere. But I'm in a healthy relationship. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I
Right,
can tell
yeah.
her to bark at me, and I have plans for tonight. It turns out, wow. That's the thing. Context matters. Okay.
Okay,
But
right.
in this in the Drake situation, whatever this was, I have thoughts on it. No, but I also think the whole thing is just scripted bullshit. I think
Okay.
this is all
That's
publicity.
yeah.
Strider, pro barking or not pro barking?
Not at strangers, but in a loving, committed relationship, what you do behind closed doors is your business.
Okay, I'm pro barking.
Okay.
So
Really?
yeah, like okay, I see a goth chick or semi-goth chick. She could step on me, slap me across the face, spit in my drink. I'm going for it. She would be a complete stranger. I'll go for it. But I got a funny clip for you that if you want to play it. That
Okay.
relates to this.
Go ahead, share your screen, and we'll get it up there.
All right, it's sharing.
Theo says in his "Let's get it over with" voice.
I know I was supposed to be on Von Coleman's stream where he wanted to debate because he's anti-barking, and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
you gotta. bark sometimes. It's the goth fantasy. That's why I say it is. So friends of the channel.
You can look me dead in my eyes.
Yeah.
If you say do it, I would believe it.
Okay. You're saying this, and now I'm gonna like test it.
Okay.
God dang.
What do we? Just give me like one.
Would you bark for me?
Arr.
Okay,
what
yeah, you know what the rule is?
like? Nah, he knows.
Hey, hold on, wait, pause it real quick. Pause it like that. He just like me for real. Let's go.
Oh, that's Kata.
And she said, "Good boy." Afterwards, I'm sorry. You got it.
I know. I see a lot of people in the chat calling Drake a simp.
You got it.
Okay. I see a lot of people in the chat calling Drake a simp, and I get it. So am I. Boy, I would have barked. Hey, I would have barked. I would have been that bitch barking my ass off, nigga. The fuck are you talking about? But yeah, so this is Drake and his goth band.
That bitch. No, you know what I'd have been doing?
Oh, you found your moo.
Okay, so they do go into showing where she used to look like.
So much going on. Why are we going from barks to moo like a speaking sound? What the hell?
Okay, so Dio, if you do.
Ladies and gentlemen, the views of the panel are not necessarily the views of the program. I just want to be clear about that. Just to be absolutely clear.
Okay.
All right, let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming.
So Theo needs to come to MumuCon. So it's at MomoCon. It's the first night, the first Friday night, and at the quad where the 18 and up section, a lot of women are in cow outfits, or barely cow outfits, and they call it MumuCon instead of MomoCon, and all the guys dress up as milkmen. You need to come to MomoCon.
I'm canceling my ticket now. Fuck.
Oh man. Vagabond, I'm concerned you may have missed the point of this program.
Describe milkmen costumes. What is that?
Okay, like the traditional, like they bring milk to your door back in like the 20s.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, I thought it was
damn.
something weirder than that. All right.
Oh, god damn.
Because you think of milkmaid, you think of like a woman in a dirndl or
something.
something.
Weirder than that?
No, I thought it was something weirder than that. Because you think of like milkmaid is like the busty blonde Germanic chick in a dirndl or something like that. I was like, all right, please tell me that men are not wearing dirndls, for God's sake. You can wear lederhosen, that's fine. But like, okay, that's what I thought you were going. That's not as bad as I thought.
Right. Oh Lord. Anyway, it's just I guess I don't know. I think one of the problems with having stuff like this on social media, men co-signing this and men normalizing this behavior and men encouraging other men to behave this way, is that this is why online prostitutes have so much power, disproportionate with the value they create.
Okay,
but this is why.
Don't you think there's still a little bit of a goth fantasy, right? Or like you get the rocker chick that like slaps you and spits in your drink and cusses you out. They're like, that's been around for a long time though, right?
I don't know.
Yes,
that's true. No, that's true. That hasn't. That doesn't not exist. I don't know. For me personally,
like she talks dirty to you and puts her cigarette out on you and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Christ,
now.
Well,
Honestly,
what you're
can I say
describing
something?
is a real goth. This woman wouldn't be able to yell at a cat. Like it's all fake because the fake fangs and there's, like you said, there's no tattoos, there's no piercings, there's no nothing. It's just fake.
This woman is a goth chick in the same way that I am a pirate when I wear a Jack Sparrow costume.
Well, if you do want to find some actual goths on Facebook, there's a group I'm in called Goths Against Communism.
Wow,
and you're in there for dating purposes?
No, I just I was like, oh hell yeah, Goss against communism. So I joined in.
Yeah.
All right, let's
I
go.
might. Well, you know, that's the thing. You got to get creative. I don't know. As far as dating is concerned, I'm a fan of anything that works. That's my new philosophy. I'm not any strategy that works is a good strategy because every strategy is washed at this point. Every strategy is washed or patched. So you just any strategy that works is good. I don't know. The other my thing is I think women are right now they're receiving so much attention and so much if the, like I mean for fuck's sake if like the fucking one of the most popular recording artists of the world who's 6'3" and light skinned and can sing if this is what he has to fucking resort to get you can't just get women, you gotta fucking get them together and buy them luxury cars and stuff. And it's crazy because, you know, I've seen videos and I'm sure this attitude isn't particularly widespread, but I've seen videos. I wasn't able to find any for this show because I don't know where I put them. There's in a big pile somewhere on my hard drive, but I've seen videos of women being like, yes, Drake is setting the standard for men. This is how women should be treated by men.
That's where I disagree with Drake, right?
Yeah.
So like the problem is it's like, is the girl there for you or is she there because she's gonna get free stuff?
She's there because she's gonna get free shit. And
like,
you know,
we've seen the videos of like black chicks in Atlanta, like, oh, they go out on a date on the one of those dating sites just so they can get free lobster and a free crab boil or something.
Yeah, they bring their friends and they're surprised that the guy doesn't want to pay for their friends too. Yeah. And they're like, and it's I've seen that where a woman expects a man to buy something, and if he doesn't buy the thing she expects him to, then he's a broke bitch.
Yeah. Oh,
you're the one begging.
Who are these? Oh, these are my kids. You're supposed to, and we're not taking Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, right. So I have also heard the general consensus is that Cheesecake Factory is too low class, but I'm like, that's fucking good food. That's like a $50 plate minimum.
It's expensive. I wouldn't call it good, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like, but yeah, it costs enough money that like you're not gonna. If somebody offered to buy me free Cheesecake Factory, I wouldn't be like, ew. Do you even like me?
I'm like, oh hell yeah, cheesecake. Let's go.
No, it was crazy. I've noticed it's like it's not women in relationships who behave this way. It's always single bitches. It's the single bitches that have the highest standards, and it's like that's why you're single. That's why.
We saw an example of yesterday with a certain Owens.
Oh,
I consider her single. Like, there's
Candace
no way. She's not going out with that British guy.
Look,
or whatever.
I also consider Candace Owens single. What's up, girl? What's up? I already shot my. I showed you guys. I already sent my DM to AOC. Now that she's available, we can talk about the AOC breakup too, if we need to. But
have you seen the blind chick? Speaking of breakups.
No. Well, the blind chick who got.
With
the migrant.
Yeah, she decided her boyfriend that she's never seen was too ugly, so she traded up for a African migrant who robbed her on live stream.
Excellent. Excellent.
The jokes write themselves. And she's a Brit too. So I mean it's a triple whammy of stupid.
Shouldn't have happened.
If it was a certain religion variety, she would have got stabbed.
That's crazy.
Well, she's lucky she got off easy at that point. And she never saw it coming anyway, so.
Let's see if this has copyrighted music.
But like, what does she have to steal? Like, that's what I'm wondering. She obviously can't play video games because she obviously can't see. Like, what do blind people collect? I'm just wondering. Like,
good question.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess jewelry. You know,
but you can't even. Like, I can give you
probably not artwork or anything.
Like, I can melt down some aluminum cans into like a shape of a ring or something, and just it's like, oh, you're blind or whatever.
This is totally real gold.
Yeah, give her a ring pop.
What's crazy? I don't know. What's crazy is like, how do you what does it feel like to be the guy that's so ugly he got dumped by the blind chick? That's tough.
I
don't think
guarantee he wasn't
I
ugly.
saw the
Her
dude.
friends
He
were
looked
probably
like
"You can
a
do
normal
baptism."
white dude or whatever. I don't see
Right.
what,
The interracial, the white women dating immigrants is being pushed so hard in Europe, especially in the UK
Oh, really?
right now. Oh yeah, hardcore. I mean, I think I remember it was on one of your shows where they actually had a commercial from the health district, and I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like Poland or not Poland.
Yeah.
Poland's based
Like
I
Holland
think
or
it was
something.
yeah, Germany.
Okay.
Might have been Holland too. Yeah, whatever. One of
sometimes they'll
those
be like
insignificant.
Germany.
Yeah.
I'll be like, what happened to you guys after World War II?
Yeah, dude. They're like, yeah, breed with migrants. It's good for you.
Yeah, it's good for the it's good for society or
Yeah,
whatever.
Germans stop breeding with colored people. I'll be the exception though.
Right. Only breed with vagabond.
Oh man. Yeah. I don't know, dude. It's a tough world out there.
Well, I don't think it's that tough, honestly. So I'm not like the blue black pilled or red pilled people or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't think dating's that hard. I think the problem is people gone so much and relying so much to be online. So they they rely on dating sites. They rely on like non-interactions, personal interactions. And all you really need to do, all you guys out there, make yourself present at like whatever location. And there's bad locations out there. I get that. Like if you're on a college campus in California and you're going to hate of course you're going to hate all these chicks' politics or whatever, right? Don't go there. Like go to a country bar, learn to line dance or something.
We've seen that. That worked on you.
Yeah. So like there's so many places that you could be going. Don't go to your local downtown college area. Leave those college areas alone. Pretend they don't exist, and you'll find somebody out there for you. Like that, and I think that's the problem I have with like Andrew Tate and them is like they make it act like it's so hard. I don't think it's that hard.
It's hard. Well, it's not hard to meet women. It's hard to keep them, and I think it's hard to keep them happy. I think that's what people are saying with dating because I don't think because any woman and this goes for, I will say this goes for both sides. And that's also I think vagabond has to deal with dating apps. Dating apps give you the illusion that there could be someone better out there, just like this little tiny triangle, and there's an app out there that could maybe introduce you to somebody who's a little bit better than the person that you're with now. Well, we've never had that many options as a human race ever. Kings didn't even have that many options. So we don't learn how to be content. This goes with men and women. And I myself got kind of caught in that trap when I used to be on dating apps, and then I deleted them because I realized it's sapping me of my happiness to be with the women that I'm with. However, of course, the women that I'm with didn't work out for one reason or another. But it wasn't. But there was this little habit I was forming in the back of my mind, thinking, well, maybe there could be somebody better out there. Just delete the apps completely and like go out and try to meet people in person. And once you meet someone that you like and who likes you, stay with that person. Do not immediately think that there's someone better out there for you, unless you're being mistreated. That's one thing, but that goes without saying. But like, we don't know how to interact with people in real life anymore. Everything is online. Everything is through an app. Everything is through the digital space. And that is kind of sad. But Vagabond, you're exactly right. Like, go where the people that you might want to be around are. I haven't had any luck there, but I will take your advice actually more seriously and got a little bit more.
Some people. I'm noticing this is a trend that I'm noticing where people will, when you meet women, they tend to be a lot more. Some of that internet stuff comes into real life interactions. Like they're not like even if you don't meet them on the internet, you're still meeting people who have been influenced by the TikTok algorithm, right? And so they might reference like if you hear somebody talking about the mental load, for instance, that's who spends a lot of time on TikTok. If you hear somebody and they'll subtly like probe you to try to assess how much money you have, which is, you know, I understand why that's part of the calculus. It's just jarring how direct and immediate that grilling can be, you know, from women. So I understand why they're doing it. It seems like dating is a lot more strategic and selfish. So it's a lot more like, what can I get and how little do I have to give up in return? I think a lot of people are approaching it that way. And if you're genuinely approaching it in good faith, there are other people who like that, but it's going to have, because that's what everybody assumes that they want. It could be kind of hard to prove to somebody that that's what you're doing. You know, because they're so used to, they assume, oh, there must be some ulterior motive. They'll like, that's one thing I've noticed. They're constantly trying to catch you in a lie.
Well, I mean, you just got to filter those people out, right? So it's like,
yeah, that's right.
Like, okay, like whatever hobby you in, and like you go to, like I go to a lot of cons, and then, you know, I see a lot of con women. It's to the point because, you know, you see the signs, cosplay is not consent and all this type of stuff. A lot of people are afraid to like talk to the chicks. The chicks are trying to show off. So I just go, hey, can I take a picture with you? Oh, and then say, all like here. All you need to do is like, hey, you see some chick dressing up as Fiona from Adventures of Finn or whatever his name is. Adventure Time, that's what I meant.
Okay.
So you're like, oh, you like Adventure Time? Oh, I love Adventure Time. Take a picture or whatever. Start talking about Adventure Time. Judge the women from there. Like, okay, does she keep wanting to keep talking to me? Yes or no in your head, right? And if she does, then move forward on that. Like, oh, you're so awesome. Can I get your Instagram? And then like go from there or whatever. I want to like still talk. Don't be a creep about it. Just like I met this Japanese chick at AWA last year, and like I was being a creep a little bit, but I so
really you well, wonders never cease.
So, but like, you know, you talk to the person, run into them on accident, on purpose, you know, like, oh, she's always by this booth, so I'm gonna just pretend I'm walking by this booth again or whatever, right? And you do that or whatever, and then talk to the person, whatever. And then all of a sudden, like, hey, I think you're cool. I know after the con, I just want to like follow your Instagram or whatever. Say, make up whatever excuse, get the Instagram. Then eventually you start DMing there or whatever. There you go.
See, what's kind of crazy about that, Vagabond, is there's nothing creepy about what you just said. That's all it's all a strategic. What's weird, it's only in the modern day when we would think that that's creepy. That's what women used to do all the time. That's in order to get men's attention. You know,
when I go to cons, I am being a creep. I'll just be honest.
Sure, but what the strategy that you're describing is not new. Like there women would invent all, and men to an extent, but women would invent all sorts of scenarios in order to get a man's attention, or in order to keep it, or to engineer meetings, or to engineer interactions, or something like that. There's a whole strategy out there, but it wasn't like no one passed it down in book form, but they at least would share within their communities. This is how you might do this. This is how you might get around that. That sometimes, I don't know, that's kind of part of the romantic push and pull to it. Now, of course, there is a line. Don't be creepy. Don't be like that Disney lady who was stalking Peter Pan. And there was, I don't know if y'all saw that.
I do have a stalking story, but I'll say that for another time. But I do slightly become the stalking creep, right? Like, there was this chick I went out with on my community college days where I knew what time she would be in what class, and what time she would get out of class, and which hallway she would walk in during the day.
That's not creepy. It's called paying attention. Where's the line, Vagabond?
Without even knowing her name. And I would just place myself at the right location, the right time, multiple times per day. Even when I didn't even have class, I would just hang out just for her to walk past me. And eventually, she's like, "Oh man, I've been seeing you everywhere." She's like, "Oh, I've been seeing you everywhere too." I was like, "Oh, for real?" And then there you go. Asked her out to the movies.
But
Jesus Christ,
is that stalking, or is that is that just paying attention to patterns and inserting yourself into that pattern to see what happens?
Well,
I don't think
stalking
doesn't sound
stalking is
stalking
in
to
the
me.
eye of the beholder, and where you insert yourself and how well it's received is entirely dependent on the person you're inserting. Right. So it's kind of the how receptive that person is to insertion is going to vary on what your culpability is for doing the inserting.
About how long do you need to spend in order for the insertion to happen, Theo?
I think if it's longer than 30 seconds, it's borderline homosexual. I think good heterosexual, God-fearing sex is over in the first minute. Anything after that is just homosexual vanity. I really do. I think having sex with women for longer than a minute is gay, and I'm going to stand by that. You clip that. You clip that. That's what I believe.
5 to 10 minutes, and then you're ready for things to open up a little bit.
5 minutes
socially.
with a 4-minute shower. That's how long it should be. That's how long sex should be.
Oh, man.
Other than that, it's
clockwise
just
or counterclockwise motions, Theo.
And you haven't
sex
been able to make a
advice.
relationship work, huh?
How many? How many digits? Phone number digits. Yeah.
It's official. It's the official Touchcraft sex advice.
I was talking about social. I was talking about social.
But you guys
interaction.
are correct. You guys are correct in a sense that a lot of things that used to be normal, like how our grandparents got together, are considered stalking or creepy by Gen Z. I watched Rudy. Do you guys know the movie Rudy?
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, Sean Astin.
Anyway, so basically,
Great movie.
Sean Astin plays an autistic adult man who wants to be on the Notre Dame football team for some reason, even though he possesses no physical or cognitive abilities to do any of the things associated with that. And so what he does is he just keeps showing up. And like one of the things he does is he shows up and tells people he goes to Notre Dame so that he can paint the helmets. And then they find out that he doesn't go to Notre Dame and he gets kicked out of the Paint the Helmets Club or whatever. But he just keeps like showing up and being like, oh yeah, I talked to the coach. He said I'm going to be on the team next year. At no point did that happen. But in his mind, that's what he heard. So basically the movie is about the power of retard maxing, or like manifesting the reality that you want through just insisting that it's true. And I'm in support of that. But if you actually like reflect on the fact that this movie's based on like a real guy who supposedly really did these things or similar things, this guy's a fucking psycho by today's standards. Like you can't just like show up at places and lie about who you are and be the good guy, you know?
Right.
Like that's not,
Difference being though, the BS ran parallel with his work ethic, with his really hard work, because he was working for the field, he was working for the team, he eventually tried out and like got fit enough to be able to at least be on the bench, like just working hard incrementally to get to that point.
Yeah,
and then eventually was able to play.
And
just having his dad show
work
up
the same way.
Yeah.
This is the point I'm building up to, is that relationships could theoretically work the same way, where the problem is, and this is what I'll say, is like it used to be, and this is reflected in music too. You know, people say men don't yearn anymore, and that men don't, we don't hear yearning in music anymore. Men don't beg in music anymore. And that's because pussy costs less than a Happy Meal now on the internet. So that's why. So like, I understand, like, and by the way, when women can still stalk men and it's considered cute. Like I know a lot of people who got together because the woman looked up absolutely every single thing about his background and just slowly inserted herself into his life before he was aware that it was happening. Right. And we've all heard that story, and those couples are together and no one cares about it. It's only an issue when men do it, but also that used to be so normal. And now the death of effort has kind of co-occurred with the easiness of access to pussy. Also, like, pussy inflation is like a real problem we're dealing with, where hoflation is another word for it, where the amount of effort required to impress the grimiest of whores has just gone up so much that it's not worth it.
Well, I think
And
the
there's
problem
You got to
too-
work twice as hard to get a woman half as good as
yeah,
your
the
grandma.
other thing too is like that woman that you're like breaking your neck to get her attention. She would crawl on her hands and knees across a Taco Bell parking lot covered in broken glass to sniff the farts of a man she was actually attracted to.
Yeah,
That's the
the other
thing.
thing-
She
But
would
I think
break
that
her
is-
neck to be with a man she was actually attracted to. So if you
But
have
I
to
think
try
that-
it all,
Yeah.
she doesn't like you.
But Theo, actually, what that makes things so much simpler though, because if you have to go through all that effort, she is clearly not attracted to you.
Right.
You can move on.
If you have
So
to
you-
try at all,
Yeah.
you just
You have
stop.
Yes.
Well, here's the other thing that
It makes it so much simpler. Well, because half the time men will work really, really hard to get the attention. Then you finally get the attention that she cheats on you 5 or 10 years down the line, when she's not attracted to you.
Yeah, because she
which
never
was
fucking
in the
liked
first
you.
place.
Yes,
So
bro.
that right there is exactly what we men pay attention.
I
Single
know.
men pay attention to this
But,
shit.
like, this is the problem.
Believe her when she says no. Walk away and find someone who will crawl through
but this
broken
is the
glass to
problem.
get your
Okay.
attention. It's not hard.
But now we have this scenario, right, where they're where you can tell women complain about a lack of effort, and they don't understand, and I think that does genuinely, low effort relationships are genuinely worse for both people involved.
Yes.
Genuinely are, right? But effort is not rewarded with access.
Well,
Effort
you know,
does not lead to access. So
Right.
there's no incentive for the effort. That's what I'm saying. So
you know what's
anyway.
also missing too?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so we're
Mr.
at
Scott
the point
Awesome, friend of the channel.
where we don't get the stories from older folks or like how they got together, right? Where
Right.
you hear we hear like the younger generation, oh, how this is how we got together. But like if you listen to like a lot of the older stories, oh yeah, like I did this to your mom and this and lied to her and this, and that's how we got together or whatever, right? It's like
yeah,
like we don't hear those stories anymore. Like, oh yeah, I basically had to go up to her dad and give a resume and all this other type of stuff,
right?
Whatever. Like there was work put into it, right? Like, okay, I have to not only impress her, but impress her parents or family or her guardians and stuff.
Yeah,
that's gone.
Well,
too.
there was a barrier for entry, giggity, and it was actually worth it because maybe the family was a family that was of good repute around the community. Like there was a community to vet people for you, and if a family was not were not good people, you'd hear about it. So you wouldn't try to go after that woman unless she proved herself different from that family.
Right.
You know,
And
that
now-
there's a community
right.
element to it that we just don't have anymore.
Well, now the norm is for women to be hoes, and you just got to get a hoe you like and just hope she stops.
Hope she stops.
Like
Well,
that's it.
Well,
You
here's the other
just
thing
get
too.
one you like and hope she quits.
It's been normalized to pay and not be able to touch anything too. Because
Yeah,
I know don't
true.
quit me, but
The
yeah,
whole function you were talking about it's insane. And I mean, how I met my wife is a completely dated story. This is how I know I'm fucking old now. It's like we met at a friend's wedding. People don't do that. It through a group of friends. Like we had intertwining friend groups.
Yeah.
That's like an old timey story now. What the
Mm.
fuck?
Yeah.
Well, like,
I
do we
talked
even
to
have
anybody
friend
under
groups anymore?
30 Anybody under 30, how did you meet? If they're, and let's be honest, how many people under 30 do you know that are actually in regular successful relationships? Very, very few. And the ones that are, how they met each other, it's almost always online, dating app, this, that, through interpersonal means, not the traditional sense. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
There's certainly something to be said for using the tools that you have to your advantage. But yeah, dating apps just are not a fun story.
Yeah,
and
it's
not
like,
that necessarily matters. If you find a good person on a dating app,
Well-
that's still a good story, because if you've been married 20, 30 years down the line, that's still a good story. However, keep in mind, if you're still out there using dating apps, there is a reason that they're on dating apps. There's a reason that you were on dating apps. So just keep that in mind.
Well, okay, this is what I'll say. So dating apps create relationships the same way DoorDash creates weight loss, or slot machines create retirement accounts, right? Like it's the same. It's actually the purpose of all those things is to get you to sit there and use the thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not their goal. That's how they make money, is they get you to be on there. And you can buy lifetime memberships to all the apps. Remember
That's
that.
ridiculous.
And Bumble just got rid of their rule that women have to message first, because women were tired of messaging first. They were like, why do we have to do all the work? And so it's like the
You
one
asked
app
for it 5 years
because
ago.
they literally asked for it. Yeah. But
Uh-huh.
again, they also asked, and they said everybody who flirts with us should go to jail. And then 10 years later, they're like, why is no one flirting with us anymore?
Right.
Like,
Well, I
they
don't know if you've seen some of the numbers come out from dating events, like speed dating.
Yeah.
No men show up.
Yeah,
None.
no.
It's
No,
all
there's no
women.
no.
There's a reason for that. Men just don't want to put in the effort because they don't. Well, they don't want to get rejected, and they don't want to get rejected. But it's not even that they don't want to get rejected. Men expect to, but we don't want to get rejected in the vile way that a lot of women think that they can reject us. So there is nothing wrong with just saying, hey, nothing wrong with the women just with gracefully saying, I appreciate the effort, I'm not interested, but thank you so much for trying. That's one thing. But if a woman's like, ew, gross, ew, like look you up and down, laugh at you within your friend group, like a man's entire ego, and not necessarily a bad thing, to like, your ego does need to take a hit every once in a while. That's how you stay humble. But to have a woman just look at you with disgust and disdain, that does something psychologically to a man. And it takes so little effort to be nice. But to a lot of these modern women, it's the worst thing you can possibly do, to be nice to a man, because they've been raised with this mindset that men are scum, men are evil, horrible rapists who just want to kill you. No, but that's how they treat you, whether or not they even know it.
Yeah, I also don't know that, talking to women, I don't know that they know that men have an emotional experience when they do that.
They know.
Like, I don't know that I think their impression is that men are basically have a very muted emotional state and don't have the ability to experience like sadness or shame or embarrassment or rejection. Like, I don't think they have any concept that we have those experiences. They've got very low theory of mind for us.
Also what's missing in modern society.
Yeah.
Well, here's what's also missing. Mall culture is gone, right? So
that's true.
Yeah.
Because it was like you hang out at the mall all day. There's food there. You can go look either your window shopping or like or whatever. I was on Society Reviews channel last night where he was going through old videos of all the San Diego malls and stuff. And like I would go to the mall, like, okay, I go to this mall, there's a lot more Hispanic women. When I'm looking for Hispanic women, if I go to this mall, there's more Asians and white girls. Or I go to the Parkway Plaza, there's the Valley girls and shit. And like, depending on what my flavor was of the week, I would go to one of those malls and just hang out there the whole day. And then, and that was the thing. It's just like, okay, I feel like I'm into white girls right now, so let me go to the Parkway Plaza, and I spend the whole day there just hanging out. Maybe I buy a few things here and there. And I'm just walking the mall in circles, just being a shark.
And this other thing too is like we remember mall culture somewhat fondly because of the age that we are, but the reality is mall culture is a poor substitute for a good relationship structure too. Dating apps are just a worse one. Like, it used to be like the ideal situation is that your family knows somebody else's family or whatever, or you meet through mutual friend, or you have shared social connections. Like in the mall environment, just like in the bar environment or in the dating app environment, you're still in the situation of approaching a random person that you may or may not have any community connection with. Whereas if we're talking about what actually contributes to relationship longevity, it's having a shared idea of how the world works and what you want the future to be like and all that stuff. That kind of stuff comes from having cultural similarities right off the bow. And a lot of times the best way to do that is to get somebody, if you're already friends with a lot of the same people, or your families know each other and your families all work together and your families are part of the same community, you can already assume, hey, we probably have a lot of really important foundational stuff in common right off rip. And then we can, fiddle fuck with the differences. But like the important things are going to be similar. And that you just don't have that guarantee. As you're approaching random people, you don't have that guarantee. The other thing too is I think people are filtering by dumb criteria. For instance, like height or income or whatever. I understand why people would filter by those, but they don't have any relationship to whether or not the relationship is going to be stable and last for a long time. The same with filtering by, how hot the girl is not gonna.
Have you seen that Pop the Balloon show?
Yes. We got to do some, honestly, you're right. I've seen a bunch of clips from those. Some of those you sent me. I think we got to do some Pop the Balloon reactions on this channel for sure.
Some of them will be like,
they're fascinating.
I don't like the shoes that you're wearing. You're like,
yeah.
Well, the person can literally change their shoes anytime.
Yeah.
It's like some of the stuff you see people pop balloons for is like, what the hell?
It's crazy. It's crazy. And I think some of what you see is this interesting human behavior thing where you're going to reject somebody so that so you don't give them a chance to reject you. Like
have you seen the one where the chick was literally like, she's probably like 5'8" or something, went up to pop the balloons of one guy. She's like, oh, he's too short, and he's like, I'm literally taller than you. And
like, no, you're shorter than me.
Yeah, and like they did like a side by side. The guy was obviously taller than her, and it was like, oh man. So then the next guy that was legitly tall just popped his balloon. He was like, yeah, I ain't going for that.
Yeah. It's incredible. It's also incredible to watch those balloon popping videos. How many women will pop the balloon just based on what other people? Well, I think a lot of times if there's like one or two women that will pop the balloon, there goes the entire group, and then they'll retroactively justify it instead of actually, because they just went along with what the group wanted instead of actually.
And they want to look like they had a good reason.
Well, the interesting contrast is
fake.
You know how people are now making their own versions of Pop the Balloon?
Yeah.
My favorite one is Pop the Balloon, Pattaya, Thailand. And Pattaya, Thailand. So there's one where, because most of the Pop the Balloon is like a lot of black folks or whatever, right? So in the Thailand one, it's like the complete opposite. Like these people are legitimately not trying to pop the balloons, and like they know what they want or whatever, right? And like the girls are giggling the whole entire time, and like it's hilarious. But like that's my favorite one because it's like, I mean, some of those girls, they are like looking for an American to get money, but yeah, the other ones that like they are legitimately trying to find love. They just don't want one.
Well, okay, and this is something I do want to point out. I've noticed not all dating markets are equally polluted.
Yeah,
like they're all in major metros. It's definitely worse. And I have noticed a lot of the women who have grilled me really aggressively and directly about material things right off the bat or seem very status obsessed. I've noticed that from black women that I've been talking to, that they tend to be more status focused. Now, I don't know if that's like a broader trend. That's just something I've noticed to the point that it was like jarring and lacked subtlety. Not to say that other women aren't evaluating you for status, but they might be doing it more subtly or more slowly. So
there is that thing where like I know a white dude, he's like we call him White Mike. There's probably a lot of White Mikes out there, so you won't know who I'm talking about.
Shout out to White Mike, friend of the channel.
Yeah. So
I mean, just the fact that the name is Mike is he's probably white.
Yeah, but he's like a black dude, right? He looks like your typical white dude that like probably has his stuff together. He doesn't have his shit together at all, and but up to black women, they're like, oh hell yeah, he's a come up or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so they go out with him, like he ends up having kids with them. He's the one leaving the relationship, and so he's the absentee father. Like, I don't know, he might be black.
Turnabout's fair play.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I'm still friends with him. But yeah, like but yeah, he's like semi fit white dude or whatever. He can play the part of looking himself together and everything, and like he's the one going out for milk and cigarettes or whatever.
Well, it's like it is hard to date white women now because they're so woke and liberal. You know, they're so just like lefty and annoying and woke, and they're like trans women are women. It's like, oh my god, how could you say that?
Well,
and it's like
that's the thing. So
let your daughter share a bathroom with that thing? Sure.
I do have a friend that's in my area who's white, but he has another black friend that's also like me or whatever. So he said, yeah, my other black friend that also lives in the same area as us said to him that he refuses to date white women that date black guys. And he's black as well.
Interesting.
That's great. Here's the thing: it's not a flex to date a black woman who's dated a lot of white guys. For me, I want to be a girl's first white guy. That's a flex. That's a flex to me.
Yeah.
Like if
I don't know if I'd be able to handle a black girl. Not because of her, just because of the culture.
No, there's
that she
pros
would
and
probably
cons.
belong to. I don't know.
No, there's pros and cons. There's the advantage is that if they're upset, you find out about it right away. So there's no silent treatment. You just find out immediately if they're upset. But it can be like it's more volatile for like a shorter time and then it's over. Whereas it's not going to drag out for 2 weeks.
So here's the contrast, right? So if I date a white girl that likes black guys, then I have to assume that she's like one of those leftists or whatever, right? So
right,
I was like,
no good.
Treating black men like push puppies, like see,
or what happens if I say, I'm going to this Trump rally, and then she's like, or she's gonna be like, the type that wants the vaccine done and all of that. So it's like, if I have kids with this white woman, is she trying to chop off my son's balls before he's the age of 5? You know?
Yeah. The trick is you got to meet your white woman at the Trump rally.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
or the certain one where
I know there are a couple like conservative dating apps. Like I don't trust them as far as I can throw them because just like all the dating apps, but I'm like I would probably have a much greater chance of success if I tried to use that. It would seem to me. But maybe that's part of the marketing, maybe that's part of the lie. I don't know.
No, I'm starting to think Latin girls are where it's at. I think that might be your best bet, like per capita, pound for pound.
So
I understand that.
Back on the goth girl thing, right? So because you got the Latinas,
right?
Where like, so there's, like I said, there's the whole goth aesthetic of the goth girl stepping on you and stuff, and like, you'll bark for them.
That's just you back on.
So there's also the Latina one where like she's gonna get angry at you, but you're just happy that she's angry at you or whatever, and then she's just like there's those aesthetic types out there that where I don't think the person simping is part of the fantasy.
Like the chocolate comes out, I was like, it's my birthday. Every day.
Since we're back on the subject of the goth chick, I did find I wanted to see what Jake Monroe had to say about this.
Yeah, pull that up.
Fan of his channel.
Pull that up.
I haven't watched this yet, so we're all going in blind. But I definitely wanted to see what he had to say.
So this is an actual goth.
Let me get
the other tattoos.
Yeah. I am absolutely.
Let's watch this.
Silly?
Like silly.
A little silly?
Yeah. I am absolutely. By the way, you can look me dead in my eyes. If you say do it, I would.
Okay. You're saying this.
That's why the black square is there.
Would you bark for me? Good.
There's a lot to unpack here. These women, they are harpies, but they are an inherent red flag. They'll have the voices, they'll have the tits. And for a weak man like Drake, that's plenty enough. And then once they get their claws in you, it's kind of game over. Without the aesthetic of big, bouncy, stupid fucking titties, you would find that they're incredibly shallow. What's her talent? Not implying that Drake's talented, but what's her talent? What's she done? This is why they say women live life on easy mode. Your titties are big enough. The current meta for women is hot, dominant goth chicks. That's the current meta, okay? That shit left my subculture and is now a mainstream phenomenon. Big titty goth chicks, that was like a niche thing for quite some time. You have chads at the club in Ibiza being like, where's the big titty goth chicks? They should not know about these things. They should not know such old magic. This is originally why I got to the position that I'm in right now, because these women piss me off. They are a direct detriment to the perception of goth. Note the lack of piercings. Alternative subcultures, especially for the last 25 years, 30 years, have very much had piercings involved with the aesthetic. It's kind of like a, look how dedicated I am to this.
Yeah.
And you know she's not going to know anything about any of the prominent goth bands at all.
Yeah.
Just like some of the cosplay chicks will be in costumes of characters they have no idea.
Did you see that black chick at the, as much as I hate DreamCon because there's nothing but monkeys there, but to the and then
those have been my line, man.
But there's chicks at the DreamCon, which is a comic book nerd convention or whatever, and she on videos though, I don't care about this anime shit. I only came here because I can make TikToks and content.
Yikes.
And to be fair too, at the last MomoCon, there was a whole line of TikTok chicks, just all with their selfie sticks with the little ring light thing on there.
Yeah,
they all stand in one corner and do these TikTok videos. And it's weird seeing people do. Have you ever seen people do TikToks in person?
Yeah, it's super weird.
I hate it. It's cringe.
Yeah, so it's a line of people doing TikToks at the con just to say, "Oh, I was at the con" or whatever. And there was this one black chick I took a picture with at Dragon Con before, and she goes, I see her at some other cons I go to, but then eventually I saw the same chick on a video. What they how they interview people with at cons now and ask them like some random question. So the guy asked her a question about whatever she was cosplaying. She knew nothing like it. She just said, "Oh, I just thought this outfit looked cute for me."
Of course.
Notice the lack of tattoos. Once again, tattoos being a very, very large, prominent part of alternative subculture. Tattoos are also very much an indicator of someone dedicating their lives to just looking different, to expressing themselves, so doing away with societal expectations of exactly what you should look like. This chick and many of these chicks have none of these things. You know why? Because as soon as the goth chick meta bubble pops, they can make a swift exit without having any lingering effects that they have to get lasered off or surgically fixed. You see, the reason why I despise these kinds of women is because they lack any sort of sincerity. As soon as the goth meta is over, as soon as people are bored of this, or at least it's no longer the meme that it currently presents as, she'll be swiftly off to the next thing. But not before destroying the goth subculture as a whole, and especially how women are perceived in the goth subculture. That's neat.
Well, it's also incredible. It's incredible how, notice the difference between the two. It's incredible how low effort even her makeup is. Yeah, she has the winged eyeliner. Who fucking cares? But look at the difference between Jake and that girl. Jake is is pale. He is as pale as death because that's what goth culture is supposed to be. You are a pale reflection of death.
Well,
he is not. She can't even be bothered.
Makeup for like decades, so he has it perfected. Yeah.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. That's
like Mavis from Hotel Transylvania. That's about it.
Yeah, she is. There's very little discernible difference between probably her actual pale skin tone and she may have done a little bit of dust maybe, but that just shows how uncommitted she is to the whole thing because it's not as caked on as it should be. It's not as visible as it should be. It's not everywhere as it should be.
I'll put some people on game too, right? So if you want an actual goth chick, go to a death metal show, or go to a emo concert. I have a friend in San Diego that hosts emo karaoke nights. Go over there and tell him Vagabond sent you.
Yeah. And it's not My Chemical Romance. I would show up at a My Chemical Romance show. You do not want to go to a show to find big titty goth chicks anywhere that you might find me.
Well, because here's the other goth chick that's missing that you don't see in the modern. The real skinny, almost anorexic, slits on the wrists, goth chicks are almost extinct now. And well,
even the attitude of goth chicks was usually just pale, like, not necessarily pale face, but like just leave me alone, like fuck off kind of look. You don't see that. Like girl is the exact opposite. Like, oh, here's my huge tits. Here I want attention.
Like
Whereas
if you're
goth
not
girls are
reminding me
usually
of
have this-
Lydia from the Addams Family, there's something wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
well, that's the whole point of
Wednesday.
the whole point of Wednesday is she is the embodiment of the goth aesthetic. Leave me alone. I look like death.
Or I mean,
it's meant to drive
there's
people away.
also
It's
the
really a barrier.
Elvira types. Like I'll
true.
melt for the Elvira types. But
I'm gonna be real. You probably don't even want a real, actual goth chick.
Well, I
you
know.
want a fake. You want a fake one.
Well, okay. I mean, you might have to sacrifice a goat or two. I'm just saying. So it's like-
What one or two black sacraments a week, here and there. Oh.
But yeah, the
I don't know. What happened to just like normal bitches? What happened to like just normal bitches who like love America? What happened to that? Jesus Christ.
Well, you don't find them on social
Normal
media,
bitches
and
who
that's the
just
problem.
love America and want to be monogamous and don't have an OnlyFans. What
Well,
happened to that?
That's a good question, Theo, because that's something I've been wondering about, because there are actually a few of those. There are actually I know some of them. There are a few of those in my church group. The problem is they're boring. They're boring church girls. And not to say that like loving God is a boring thing, but they don't have much to them other than their
Right.
faith.
They don't
And
do
there's
they
not-
don't do anal.
Okay.
Right.
So
I get you.
There's not-
That's the
there's
thing.
not
I
much of
want
it.
no,
Yeah.
listen, I want a girl who likes anal but wasn't molested. Is that too much to ask?
Okay. So
that's
Go to-
not. You know what? No shit. That's
Yeah.
in my brain here.
Yeah. I want my cake and I also want to eat my cake. Is that too much to ask?
Okay.
Well, that's interesting because it's very rare to find a church. It's very rare to find like a true church girl who is
That's
not
right.
like closed off sexually, and like I'm of the opinion that obviously church going person. I'm of the opinion that sex is reserved for marriage and that should stay that way. But like you can't know that until you're married, or unless you've talked about it beforehand. But usually
then
these
you're
church
fucking
girls,
stuck.
you won't be talking about it beforehand.
Right,
You'll just
and she's-
get married and
Well,
then that's it.
She's closed off sexually in her first marriage, and then she gets divorced and starts busting it wide for the next guy. All of a sudden, she's adventurous. All of a sudden, she doesn't mind when the camera comes out.
Oh shit!
Okay, so
Well, I mean,
the
there
goth
is
Dear
some
friend of the
people-
channel,
well,
Selena, shout
there
out
is
to the
some-
4%. Shout out to the 4%. I missed you guys.
Okay, so wait a second.
There is
The
something to
goth-
be said for that, though.
the-
Sorry.
the
4%. We love the 4% because they like anal and weren't molested. We love you guys. Thank you.
So the goth group I'm in is called Goths Against Council Culture. So the whole theme is
Okay.
we're goths, we're not fascists, so we're not going to tell you to can't like you can post Trump and all that type of stuff. Goths for Trump
That-
and everything.
That's actually the majority of the actual goth culture is
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, like
Well, wasn't there some punk band back in the day, like some goth punk band? It was they were very famous. I don't remember who they were, but I know the name if someone reported. But they were an actual punk band, and they're all 5 members sitting on a couch, and they're doing an interview, and they're saying, "Yeah, we have Democrats. I'm a Republican. I'm a conservative. He's a libertarian." They're pointing to all the members of their band.
yeah, I know what you're talking
And
about.
yeah, like I can't for the life of me remember the name. But that was like back in the 90s. Like that's amazing. You would not find that
used to
today.
be normal.
Yeah, that used to be
Yeah.
normal because punk and alternative cultures actually is do whatever the hell you want. Doesn't matter.
Or-
You have your if we do just don't we're not just
Well,
not
when
gonna
it
hurt
time
each
to
other.
COVIDs came, it's like you're not following what the government's telling you what to do, and you're not out there parading telling people what to do based on what the government wants. That's totally opposite, you know. So so that's the thing.
It's like Rage
What?
Against the Machine is rage in complete tandem with the machine. Like fuck off. We don't
Yeah, they're
believe it.
rage for the machine.
Yeah. That's but because they get that big that big studio money behind them, they get the big record label money behind them, they have to be in lockstep with whatever the major corporation, which is funny because like a punk band signing with a major corporation and getting like actual punk bands, you don't really find them on mainstream films. So it was just kind of funny to me that it didn't work.
I don't mind that some brands broke out, but the problem I
Yeah.
have, it's like Paramore, one of my favorite bands. Haley, you disappoint me so many times. You open your pillow to opinions. But if she was like, "Hey, let's go on a date right now," I'd gladly accept my DM.
Really?
Yes.
For Haley Williams?
Yeah, from Paramore.
Yeah, maybe like 15 years ago when she wasn't
No,
crazy, but now, no way.
Even
You're
if she's
nuts.
crazy, I think I can fix her.
I don't know. I don't know if a retard like that can be fixed.
I could fix her. I'm sorry.
She's all about ICE and immigration. What do you mean you can fix
Yeah,
her?
well, that's the thing. We're gonna have to at some point. Somebody's gonna have to fix some of these bitches.
Hey, like Jenna Ortega,
there aren't enough.
my DMs are open. I can feed you.
Well, that's the okay.
No, that's not a joke. That's not a joke.
Well-
Her aesthetic is because she was under a lot of stress, so I don't blame her on that one.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So the reality is there aren't enough women who already have good ideas to go around. So at some point we're gonna have to like collectively unbrainwash some of these, like, you know, some of these chicks. That may just be what we have to do. Is just like find some chick with just terrible ideas about everything, and just like patiently coax her back to reality the way you would a rabid dog or something. Or just like, say, you know those dogs where it bit a baby in the face or something, and they're gonna put it down, and then some like white woman who's like an HR manager or something is like, no, don't put down this evil beast. I will and then she puts it in like a sweater and she buys it like a birthday cake on its birthday and stuff, and she like takes Instagram photos of it, and eventually she like rehabilitates this pit bull, so it's like you know, a companionable pet. So what I'm saying is we have to do the same thing for these whores. Is what I'm getting at. We just got to take these communist ran through, you know, bitches and like train them, because they don't have home training. So we got to train them to act right, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of, because I don't think there's enough good ones. I think you just have to like rehabilitate one. What do you think, Iron? Go ahead, weigh in.
No, I disagree 100%.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is, there's more normal ones than not. The not normal ones are just the loudest. That's always been the case. The crazy ones are the ones getting the most attention because they're the loudest, and
that might be
putting
true.
on the biggest performance.
Well, Theo, aren't you always saying that?
Look past the crazy ones, and there's plenty that aren't.
Yeah, well, Theo, you're always saying that
they're just not making as much noise because,
Yeah.
again, they're not as terrible to be.
Yeah, I suppose.
Well, they don't even have a microphone because they're not even on social media. They're not trying to make a career. That is something to be aware of. That the internet may give us an insight into humanity as a whole, into individual subcultures, and that certainly should not be ignored. But it's also not to be ignored that the internet is not real life.
Almost,
and there are plenty of things that do not.
Well,
Yeah,
I do think you can fix some women. So like I've been out with a chick that said she was a lesbian. And
right.
Like,
she wasn't by the time I was done.
Okay. Well, this is what she said. She said like a lot of guys dogged her out, and she felt like guys didn't like her, and like so she just turned to women. And then when I came along, I was like the first guy to make her feel like a queen and all this other type of stuff. She was black,
right?
But I'm the first guy to make her feel like she was a queen and all this other type of stuff. And so we ended up going out. But then she turned out to be crazy. So
yeah,
and she's homeless right now in San Diego on purpose. That's how crazy she is.
You know what? Being homeless in San Diego is probably the better option.
That's the place to do it. Being homeless in
Yeah.
San Diego might be better than having a house in some places.
Okay. So,
You
well,
can
the
sleep
reason
outside,
why
have
she
a
became
blanket, yeah.
homeless,
Yeah.
so she used to play acoustic guitar, sounded like Erykah Badu type of thing. Like she could paint really well, super artistic black woman. And at the time I was 19, she was 36. So what happened was eventually she was like, oh my God, they're putting cameras in the microwave and stuff, right? So like, yeah, this is how crazy she was. So like every single time I would go to her house, something was missing, right? So I show up, park my car, and go to the house. All of a sudden, hey, like, what happened to your TV? Oh, like there's like like they're listening to me through the TV and stuff. So I got rid of the TV, and then eventually, yeah. I mean, this is before AI and stuff. Like, so
Never mind.
So eventually, like, all her shit was gone. And then I just stopped calling her, really. And then she was like, what was wrong? You're starting to feel distant and stuff. I didn't say anything. Because the other thing she would do was, I worked at a multicultural center, kind of doxing my past self right now. And there was a samba class where, like, you know, Brazilian samba, got a bunch of white women and stuff dancing, gyrating and stuff, you know, that type of thing. She would literally call me outside the building, like, where you at? I was like, oh, I'm at work. You sure you're at work? And like, she's outside the building while I'm working, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm in the gift shop right now. All right, I'm going in there. You better not be looking at those white women in there and all that type of stuff. And like, no, I'm literally just organizing the gift shop. So
You're a lesbian. You would look too.
Yeah, well, that what happened. She marched right in there. I'm in the gift shop exactly where I said I was at and stuff. So it was like, so then I'm like, this bitch is psycho. So you know what? I'm just stop calling her. Like, see, here's my problem. I think It's the Gundam also talks about it. My problem is how do I break up with the chick? That's the issue. So I can get the chick. Is how do I end the relationship?
Yeah, how do you get rid of them? Holy shit, that is a problem. That is a problem.
Yeah. So then, but eventually she was like, so eventually she's like, all right, we're being distant. I don't think we have a connection and stuff together. And I think we should just spread our two ways. And in my head, I'm like, hell yeah. But I'm not going to tell her that. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way and blah, blah, blah. And then I said our last hug, goodbye, and she left. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm partying inside my head and stuff. I had to pretend I was sad when we were breaking up and everything. But yeah, that was that. And then the next thing I saw her, she was homeless on purpose.
Yeah, sounds like schizophrenia, but anyway.
A little bit,
yeah, that's a tough situation. So anyway, that's the argument in favor of fixing these broads. Would you guys like a moment for rebuttal, or just pick a good one, or what? Here's the thing, and Strar's making a good point. A lot of these people, you have to meet them in real life, which is tricky. But a lot of the best women are not on social media, or they have an Instagram with like 100 followers. They just don't have a big social media presence. That's like most of the good ones, but a lot of those women are in relationships already. Not all of them. Some of them presumably are available.
Okay, here's
tough.
what Drake can do, though, right?
You do have to be careful, because some of the women that you might meet, they might still be a little bit feminist brained. So they might still have,
because even if they're not posting, they're still consuming it. Even if they're not
but
posting.
some of them don't even necessarily know. Like, there's nothing wrong with the women working. We all have to, we all have to eat. We all have to, earn a living. But if a woman is like has dedicated a huge majority of her younger life, like 20s and 30s, in pursuit of a career, and didn't really have time for a relationship, probably not someone you want to be with, because I don't think doesn't sound like the kind of thing she's going to give up for you. And so to have someone who's just living, to have a woman who's just like who's subsisting, who is just there to make a living and should be able to eat and pay rent and everything, that's one thing. So that is kind of something to be wary of, because again, I can speak from experience. There's been a few women that I've dated who have been like in the middle of their fancy schmancy career, or they have been like very well traveled, because I think one girl I dated worked for a big oil company, was there for like a decade and a half, but she was also very leadership minded. She was in a leadership role in that company, very leadership minded at church. And it's tough, because that's typically like a male role. That's typically a very masculine career path. And that's something that I just kind of sensed from the beginning. Also, she looked my information up on the internet, and I'm not cool with that. So I was like, all right, bye. So I didn't continue it. We've been on 2 days, and she was nice enough, but it's like there was enough femininity there to make me think that maybe there could be something, but life circumstances have turned it, because you can choose not to do that. You can choose not to be in a leadership role. You can choose to be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to focus more my attention on my romantic life and trying to start a family, or at least try to at least look that way or put some of my attention towards that. But if all you're doing is just being like a big bad girl boss career woman, probably not someone that's
Well,
good.
I think that even depends, right? So I went out with another chick that was older than me too. That she wanted to pimp me out to do bachelorette parties.
I think I've heard the story from you before.
Yeah, I mentioned it before. Yeah,
you probably wear it as a badge of honor. I mean, I would.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
Well,
my lady thought it was
the
good.
problem
was was she white?
She was Vietnamese and white mix. But,
interesting.
So
is she fetishizing you, or is she just liberal?
No. So to be fair, she ran her own bachelor party service where she would send other girls out to do bachelor parties and stuff, and then she racks home most of the money. And like, she was an entrepreneur, so she would also
call a madam.
Well, what she would also do is like, hey, if a baseball team came into town, like to go play it against the Padres, her job, what she used to do was like, basically not even have intercourse or anything. She would just stand on them like butt naked, but with her feet, for all the feet fetish baseball players. And so, but she would make money. That was her ways of making money. I know Thea was looking at me like, no. So, but so
I'm either disgusted or turned on. I can't tell.
at the time, I was in shape. Like, not to brag, like I could have had 6-pack abs in shape.
Brag about it.
I did like martial arts, and like I did capoeira was my martial art choice. And so like I did some moves for her sometimes, and then she was like, you know what? I got another business deal. Like, why don't we send you out to, like, if I do bachelorette parties and send you out to go do those, and that would be amazing, and we would make so much money. And I said, no, I don't think I could do that, because like, if you knew me back in San Diego, I knew like everybody. So I knew the first day I would do a bachelorette party, there would be someone in the audience I just end up knowing, and then the whole town would know about this. So I was like, you know what? I can't do that.
That was your objection. I might know somebody, not like, no, I'd rather our relationship stay. You know?
Hey, I'm all for making money. It was just like, if you
That's fair,
like,
yeah.
hey, let's go to some other town that's not San Diego and do that, then yeah, maybe. But yeah, I wasn't going to do that in San Diego.
But like that's something that it's tough as because on average women are starting to make more than men are, just all across the board. And unfortunately, that is statistically a harbinger of doom. You know, if a woman is making significantly more than you are, and like that's statistically, it's just not gonna last very long, because women are just do not. I'm sorry, they're just not built to shoulder the burden that men are of providing for the whole family, of providing for the whole household. So it's gonna be a little bit more difficult. Hey, you might find someone who's lonely and who's a little bit lonely, spend a little bit too much time in her career, but and starts to notice the clock ticking, especially if she mentions the clock ticking. Don't do that. Ask me how I know. But it's one thing, but you need to understand that statistics, they're not a death sentence, but they are most certainly statistics for a reason, and do not ignore that. You may find someone who's like, I want to give up my whole career and just be a mom. That's one thing. But someone who's like, I want to have it all. That's feminine brained. That's feminist brain. They think they can have it all. Is they think they can be high powered girl bosses and mothers. So you can't do that. But that's only a philosophy that she has. If she has been on has been on social media, has been on the internet, and been infected with that. Like, yeah, you can have it all. Well, out there in reality, every man knows you can't have it all. But kind of only women are allowed to labor under the delusion that they can have it all, and that the laws of equivalent exchange don't they do still apply here. You have to give something up in order to get it.
To bring it back to Drake.
Oh, excuse me. I was going to say that might be a good segue into the AOC stuff.
Oh,
hold on. Vagabond's going to bring it back to Drake first. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Okay,
we'll get the
bring it
AOC
back to
stuff.
Drake can have it all, right? He's a light-skinned black dude, or mixed black dude, or whatever you want to call him.
Yes.
So like that's already gives him an advantage in life, right? Compared to other black folks. It's and so all he needs to do, Drake, if you're listening, stop buying all these chicks stuff. Honestly, you're at the point, since you're light skinned, you could have a sugar mama almost. You need to find a chick that doesn't know you're Drake, right? And just go to
kind of impossible.
Well, not entirely. He can go to another country that like what's that country in Europe, Latvia or whatever that shit is, right?
What?
Latvia, where it's
Latvia.
Yeah, he can go to Latvia.
Yeah, wherever Dr. Doom is from, that country.
Well, okay. So if you don't know about Latvia, it's the ratio to men and women are like there's like it's 70% women and only like 30% men. And so they're in so here peep game for all you guys out there, get your passports. You can go there and it's pretty much like they're in a dire need of men. And so Drake can go to one of those countries. They don't know who, make sure they don't know who he is. Go to a coffee shop. He's light skinned. Strike up a conversation to find a chick. Don't even bring up money at all. And like, he can find him a chick that's like there for legitly him, and because they also want to have babies. And then go on at least 3 dates before you're like, hey, I'm actually a famous rapper in Canada or whatever, right? And go from that angle. Like he can totally pull that off. It's just right now he's just buying chicks shit, just throwing money at them, whereas like he's not actually finding true love.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Latvia's interesting.
Is what I would say to the fellas out there is that this is not, even if you have Drake's money, what Drake is doing is not a good strategy for finding a sustainable long-term relationship or being with an attractive woman. There actually really is no substitute for a woman who actually likes you. And a
good example is what's that kid that's with the punchable face? We all hate him.
Oh, God.
I mean, categorically, alphabetically. Oh, Jack
Doherty.
Jack something.
Yeah, Jack Doherty.
Okay,
that prick.
Okay, all his girlfriends are there because he can get them, fast track them to get an OnlyFans career, and they don't need him ever again.
Yes, they also think he's a dork.
Yes.
Because he is.
Yeah, you don't want to be your life. If you choose to be with a woman who thinks you're a dork, your life will be miserable. And it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter. None of that. If you choose to be with a woman who thinks you're a dork, and even if she's really hot, it doesn't matter. That is going to make your life miserable. It's going to make your life palpably worse.
You seen the chicks that he was with that refused to give him a kiss and stuff, will gladly hug up on a random black guy on the street or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like if the chick rather hug a random black guy that could possibly stab them or rob them at any time than you, there's something wrong.
Yeah, it is what it is. And so knowing that, you could set yourself up for success by being with people that actually likes you. And unfortunately, that has kind of like that awareness has kind of led to the death of effort. Which is what we talked about earlier. On the one hand, you have guys like Drake who are completely breaking the curve when it comes to how much effort they're willing to throw at women who are giving them absolutely nothing. He's just like fucking Santa Claus. And I think Iron hit it on the head. This comes from his lack of actual family or actual kids or meaning or any. There's no meaning in his life, so he's got this instinct to provide that has no outlet. So he's just buying shit for random prostitutes, which is like he's going out sad, and he's getting older. He's he's
the other
now.
thing too he's messing up on is there's a reason why other celebrities date other celebrities, right?
Yeah.
Because okay, what's buying something for someone that's already rich too, if you are going to buy someone a gift, or if you're going to go that route, right? I mean, those relationships barely last themselves either.
Yeah. And well, I think another thing too is like I've thought this for a while is like Drake keeps trying to date porn stars or like OnlyFans chicks or like Instagram models. And it's like he should date somebody who like grew up in the same part of Toronto as him. Just like somebody who, or I don't know. Cause like, you're right. Those celebrity relationships tend to not last either.
But they last longer per se. They at least get to the point where they have kids and stuff.
Yeah,
and
he's gonna be better off dating somebody who can understand what his life is like versus dating a porn star who dated him and a bunch of other rappers and maybe a couple NBA players. And that's like, you're gonna be better off dating somebody who has something in common with you, rather than judging somebody solely based on their appearance. And what's crazy is you're picking people based on how they look in like filtered, airbrushed, edited Instagram photos, not even like how they look on a daily basis. I guarantee you what he's doing, he's just scrolling through Instagram and DMing bitches or whatever, or he has a manager in charge of that. Or I don't know if he's outsourced his I don't know if he's got a bitch acquisition manager who's just like in charge of acquiring bitches and just scrolling through Instagram.
I'd love to see that intro on LinkedIn somewhere.
That would be a great, I'd love to see that listed on LinkedIn. It's a good position. How does one get that job? Yeah, I acquire Drake's bitches. I'm the bitch coordinator.
The thing that could be doing this. There really isn't any hope for the normal single guys out there. Let's
also not gloss over the fact that these women are not normal either. They're Instagram models, they're OF models.
Well, some of the
they're
girls
just
who are going
models
to
in
the
general.
parties, though. Some of the girls who are going to his like strong women, stronger drinks party, like those chicks, or
Yeah,
the
but-
Janice party. He threw a party because he released that song Janice STFU. And he released and he did a bunch of parties in a bunch of different cities where it was just like any woman named Janice could show up. And they got these like luxury bags and cars and stuff because he wanted to apologize for telling all the women named Janice to shut the fuck up.
Well, like we've seen crackheads.
That's kind of funny.
There's You've seen crackheads in relationships. We've seen people who are both homeless in relationships and still manage to feed a dog for some reason. I'm just saying,
you see homeless people fucking in this town all the time.
All the time.
Oh, I see him in this town too.
I think, like I said, Drake could either date his own status, or if he doesn't want to date his own status, he needs to go somewhere where no one knows who the hell he is and use his light skin status to get him. Like, there's things he can do where it doesn't have to entail how much more rich he is or whatever, right?
But also just need to find.
When you get to a certain, let's be honest, he is a worldwide celebrity.
Yeah,
I'm sure he can go to some remote place in China, Africa, or somewhere.
Not China, they'd hate him there.
It's like the
Africa, they'd hate him more.
Where he's gonna go find some African village chick and pick her up.
Like
with a big plate.
He could send her $5 and she'd be happy. Like there's,
but she'd still leave him for being too light skinned. Like it ain't white people who are most racist against black people. It's black people hate each other much more.
He has the light skin advantage. There's things he could do. I'm just saying.
Like be Pedro Pascal.
Like for me, my filters are already like I like disgusting chicks that like burp and fart. Hey, they might go fish for like what's it called? Catfish with their arms and shit.
What is wrong?
Like my filters are already perfect, so it's like whatever. I know Theo's like, the hell I bring this guy on.
All right.
You should write a book.
I don't know. I don't know what my type is anymore. I don't know that I have a type. I haven't met the woman that I liked in so long. I can't even remember. So I think they're all kind of okay. That's kind of how I feel. I feel like they're all okay. So I'll just pick one of the okay ones. It's like I'm not picky about the woman I end up with the same way I'm not picky about which Uber driver I get. As long as I get home, I'm okay. They're all terrible. So I'll just get one of the terrible ones and just use it to get where I'm trying to go. That's how I feel about women right now. You just get one of the terrible ones and be like, okay.
Okay, like there's this
I think there's something to be said for because sometimes Vagabond, we're not you. I mean, you, the kind of women that you're into, you have your pick of the litter here, because that's you probably have more women out there. You probably encounter more women like that than we do, but it's for most guys, just the run-of-the-mill guys, are like the 9-to-5s, work every day and like come home to a lonely apartment. I'm not describing myself here at all. Most of us, like, we just kind of like, we don't know where to look because we're kind of boring people. You are an interesting guy. You have property. You have a whole you have a whole Noah's Ark worth of animals, and you have fun stories that were like, what the hell? Like, we've known you for how many years, and you're still telling stories that were like, where the fuck did this come from?
Yeah.
But like, for a lot of us, we're boring motherfuckers. We are like white bread, peanut butter and jelly, ramen in the evening kind of guys, and we may we're lucky if we find a girl that likes us and it was attractive enough to bang. That's kind of it. And unfortunately, that's who we're stuck with. And and even those women are not stuck with, but you know what I mean. But we don't have that's the pool of women that we can select from. Those women even those women are very, very rare, because she has to like you, and that's it. That right there. But most men will find most women attractive, and so I don't think there's not a whole lot of women, a lot of men would not want to bang, but she has to like you first. Most women do not like most men, unfortunately, and that is where the disconnect is, and I don't know how that can be fixed.
So, okay, for instance, there's a South African chick I follow, right? So what she does, she's white, by the way, not so one of those.
Of course.
So basically,
those Dutch jeans.
Her comments are pretty much people hating on her, and I'm like Lego Batman, and they're like, oh, like so basically, like, she like literally farts on camera and stuff. Like, she tapes while she's on the toilet, and you hear the sounds and everything, and then like you don't see anything, you just hear the sounds, and then most of the comments are like, what the hell.
All right. I don't want to hear how that story's going to end. We're just going to move on. We're moving on. I don't want to hear it. No longer interested in that story. So
just remember, y'all, South African women, they have those Dutch and German jeans.
Vagabond is in simp timeout right now. I can't think of a better time to end the show. That was great, guys, and I think we all came to the conclusion that simping is bad and you shouldn't do it. And simping is bad, race mixing is good. That's where we're at. All right, let's okay. We're gonna let's go around the horn, and everybody can just say anything you want, and then we're just gonna end the show. Iron, what is something you'd like to say to the audience before I go do something else with my day?
Oh, you're
muted.
Oh, you're muted, buddy.
Oh, I'm tired.
I'm tired.
That's
tired. So tired.
I'm just so tired.
Yeah. Strider, are you also tired?
I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. But I'm not blackpilling. I'm tired, but I'm not blackpilling.
I'm not either. I actually think there's hope. I'm still
I don't know. I think you guys are all cooked.
Yeah.
Probably, but if I die alone, I die alone. It will not be because I put myself there.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. Meanwhile, Vagabond's out here getting stepped on, and I can't even get a text back. Maybe he's right. Vagabond, where can people find you if they want more of your wisdom?
So if you want more of my wisdom, I'm going to have a show for that called I Swear It's Not Hentai Cram School. And so, but other than that, I'm working on the music and stuff for that one. But tomorrow I will be hosting I Swear It's Not Hentai, where we talk about basically a bunch of us talk about random anime stuff and maybe Japan stuff as well too, and we go off topic and never get to any topic that we actually have. And then Wednesday, Ninjas at Night, where me and Kreese, who also have different opinions on certain things, will either debate or talk about random stuff we find on the internet.
All right, great, folks. Well, I'm your host, Theo Snodgrass. I'm going to be returning to, we're going to be doing once a week Theocracy solo streams. We're going to be doing once a week Touch Grass panel shows. And we're also going to be doing, you're going to be on the lookout for some other types of content that are going to be coming out. I'm going to be experimenting with my formats, and we're going to be trying other stuff out. So we're going to see what's got. A lot of exciting things. I got stand-up clips coming to this channel, and be on the lookout for when I'm at a city near you. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to end the show. Please enjoy the intro to my other show as the outro to this show. Thank you very much. Yep.